Annual compound interest. This is the most common form most people encounter first. When a bank or investment account says it compounds annually, it means interest is calculated once per year added to the principal, and then the new total becomes the base for next year's calculation. If you deposit $1,000 at 5% annual compound interest, after 1 year you have $1,050. After 2 years, the interest is calculated on $1,050, not on the original $1,000. The gap between simple interest and compound interest starts small but grows wider with every passing year. Semi-annual compound interest. Some financial products compound twice a year instead of once. Each compounding period uses half the annual rate, but because it happens more frequently, the effective yield ends up slightly higher than the stated annual rate. A bond that pays 5% compounded semi-annually is actually paying a little more than 5% in real terms over a full year. The difference in a single year seems minor, but over decades, that extra frequency of compounding creates a measurable gap in total wealth. Quarterly compound interest. Many savings accounts and certificates of deposit compound every 3 months. The principle is the same as semi-annual compounding, only the cycle is shorter. Each quarter, earned interest is folded back into the principal, so the base grows 4 times per year rather than twice. This is one reason why comparing accounts by their nominal rate alone can mislead you. 2 accounts offering the same stated rate can produce different final amounts depending purely on how often they compound. Monthly compound interest. Credit cards, mortgages, and many online savings accounts use monthly compounding. For savings, this works in your favor. For debt, it works against you. When a credit card charges interest monthly on an unpaid balance, the amount you owe grows every 30 days even if you never make another purchase. Over a year, a debt compounding monthly at 18% does not simply cost you 18%. The actual cost, called the annual percentage yield, is slightly higher. Understanding this distinction has real consequences for anyone managing debt or comparing savings products. Daily compound interest. Some high-yield savings accounts and certain investment platforms compound every single day. At first glance, the difference between daily and monthly compounding seems trivial, and in truth, on small amounts or short periods it is. But on large sums held over many years, daily compounding produces a meaningfully higher return than monthly compounding at the same nominal rate. The math behind it is the same principle scaled to its most frequent practical form. Every day, no matter how small, a fraction of interest is earned on all previously earned interest. Continuous compound interest. This is the theoretical limit of compounding frequency. Instead of compounding once a year, once a month, or once a day, continuous compounding imagines interest being added at every infinitely small instant of time. In practice, no bank account works this way, but the concept is central to advanced finance, physics, and economics. The formula uses the mathematical constant E, approximately 2.718, and was developed from work by mathematicians like Jacob Bernoulli in the 17th century. Continuous compounding matters less as a savings strategy and more as a foundation for understanding how exponential growth works at its theoretical core. Reinvested dividend compound interest. When investors receive dividends from stocks or funds and immediately reinvest them to purchase more shares, they are creating a compounding effect outside of traditional interest. Each new share earns its own future dividends, which are then reinvested again. Over long holding periods, the reinvested dividends can contribute more to total wealth than the original price appreciation of the stock itself. This principle is why long-term investors often treat dividend reinvestment not as an optional feature, but as a core part of their strategy. Negative compound interest. Not all compounding works in your favor. When the real return on savings falls below the rate of inflation, the purchasing power of money shrinks over time even as the nominal balance grows. Some economists also describe negative interest rate environments, where central banks charge institutions for holding reserves rather than paying them. In both cases, the compounding mechanism runs in reverse from a wealth-building perspective. The same mathematical force that builds wealth when conditions are favorable can quietly erode it when they are not. Recognizing this form of compounding is just as important as understanding the positive versions.